This episode is brought to you by Female Expectations. You know the thing they say that it's one way, but in reality it's something completely different? How they say you don't notice when I'm upset, and every time you notice that there's something wrong, you say, what's wrong? And then they say nothing. So now you got to do an internal countdown about how you watch her explode about what's really wrong. Or how when she's mad that you didn't call her all day, so now that you finally called her and she ignores your call because she's mad that you didn't call. How about double standards, where you can't sexualize a woman who does nothing but show off her assets, but God forbid you tell her she doesn't have any talent, because that's shaming. But only when it's women, because you can't shame men, because short shaming isn't a thing, and bald shaming isn't a thing. But you ever notice that men always get shamed for things they can't control, like their height or their bulging, but women put up a fight if you talk about their weight, the thing they can control? But whatever, women's expectations, I'm here for it. Now let's start the episode.
Sins and woes, our sins and woes, our sins and woes.
Welcome to episode 78. Jesus, I hate when it does that. Welcome to episode 78 of the Our Sins and Woes podcast where a bunch of dumbass millennials talk about their dumbass opinions, their dumbass perspectives, their dumbass mistakes, and their dumbass complaints. I'm your host, Nelson. Thank you for joining me today. Fuck, let me handle my words. I've been drinking. Shout out all the other podcasts that are under YCC Entertainment. Shout out Blur Watch Podcast. Shout out the Six Podcast. Shout out Tunes and Tantrums. Shout out Rap and Wrestle. Shout out 2 live shows, Gerani's Open Mic and Limelight Vibes. If you're wondering why I didn't say Protest and Riot or Penrose versus anybody, that is because as my viewers, and because this is the flagship podcast of YCC, it's best for me to say this on this show. But Protest and Riot and Penrose versus anybody will no longer be under YCC production. That's not to say those shows are done. I don't know. Those are Penrose Ames' shows. So if he decides to continue them under a different production, that's his decision. But YCC will no longer be producing either of those shows moving forward. Yeah, so good luck to those shows if they do continue in the future. But as far as shout-outs, that's all I got. Subscribe to the YouTube, leave a comment, leave a like on this episode. Subscribe to the Patreon. For as low as $1, I can single-handedly get the bitch out your system. For as low as $1 up to $15, I can get that bitch out your system. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to keep using it because that's definitely Penrose's line. But, subscribe to the Patreon. Catch us on all streaming audio platforms. Catch our podcast and all other podcasts that are under YCC on all streaming platforms, on YouTube, on come to YCCentertainment.com. We got all the good shit there. So as far as shout-outs, that's all I got. Let me go ahead and introduce my guest for today, Steven. You have a proclaimed title of being a residential fuckboy.
Fair enough.
Own it.
Yeah.
Fucking own it. No, you're not really a fuckboy, because I come on the podcast and say I'm a fuckboy because I say things that people disagree with, and therefore that makes you a fuckboy.
Because you're not allowed to have an opinion.
Correct. So I say it, but I'm not really a fuckboy. I don't have fuckboy antics. So, but I can see how people would say what your lifestyle can deem you as.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we'll get into it. But first, before we do, I'm going to get out my sin of the day and my woe of the week. My sin of the day is working hard to win an argument. Like when you go into the Garden trailer, you probably know about it, like in the spaces that you work, where you get new people that show up to your job and they want to reinvent the wheel.
Yes. Happens all the time. Happened today.
So, not to say that. So I have this new supervisor, and he's not a bad guy. I don't think he genuinely has any malice or anything. I think he's just a certain way, and we have been very lackadaisical for quite some time. But that's just the tempo at this space. If at a different location, it might work a little differently. But where we work, it's kind of like low tempo.
Okay.
So
that's nice.
yes. Well, it was nice
until he came.
The wheel got reinvented. So what he's been coming to do is trying to fix things piece by piece. And now it's the, coming in, trying to be welcoming, trying to get, I'm not saying this is what he's doing from his perspective. I'm saying what he's doing from my perspective of seeing this kind of thing coming, new leadership coming in and shit like that. So, you start off with the good cop, and then now you're in bad cop phase.
You start to slowly fade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you're trying to, now you're, instead of, suggesting changes, now you're
Yeah.
demanding changes and stuff like that. And so I'm an aircraft mechanic full time.
Okay.
And I also, like, my extra duties, I'm single-handedly managed an entire tool room by myself. So, and I had good plans for it at first, but I couldn't get the backing that I needed for it.
Okay.
I got really lazy.
Yeah.
So now that he's here, his thing is, all right, I'm here now, so you don't have to worry about us not backing you. So get this shit done. It's like, okay, cool.
That's
I'll get
good,
it
though.
done. But also, I'm going to, because I'm a perfectionist, I'm going to do everything the way I originally wanted to do it.
And it has to go at your pace.
Correct. So when you're telling me, well, you're moving too slow, I'm saying, no, I'm not.
I'm at my pace.
Right. So, and it's been annoying because, like, we've been getting into back and forth email conversations and stuff because I'm like, I say, well, this is going to take forever. And here's an example. I did this one. It took 7 hours. His response is, well, it should have only taken 30 minutes to an hour.
Shut the fuck up. Are you serious? That's
I
disrespectful.
said, if you find one person in this entire unit that can get this part done, not even everything that I've done, this part done in an hour, I'd be impressed. And I would handily give over this extra duty and give it to somebody else. The problem is nobody wants to do what I'm doing.
Why? It's too much work, I'm
Yeah.
guessing? Okay.
It requires too much work, too much attendance, too much follow-up. It's not something you can just fix once and then never have to worry about it. Now, maintaining it is easier.
Yeah.
But the initial work that has to be done is extensive.
Because it requires a certain amount of quality, I'm sure.
Correct.
Yeah.
So,
7 hours.
Now I'm at that point where I'm starting from the beginning and
Okay.
fixing everything. But now it's like me and you are getting into this argument because you don't think my time frame is
Yeah.
acceptable. Because I told him his time frame was unrealistic. So now we're arguing back and forth about who's doing it. We have all our higher up leaderships like CC'd in the emails and stuff like that.
So the sad part is emails are forever. You can delete them, but they're still fucking there.
Correct.
That's why I hate emails.
Yeah, and normally I would be the type of person that would just I'm a walker. Like I walk up to your office and I'll
Me
talk
too.
to you.
It has
that
to be
kind of
face to
thing.
face.
But
Yeah.
now that I've noticed you're doing this through email, I know what you're doing. You're trying to create a paper trail.
Yes, exactly.
So now I have to keep that paper trail going.
Exactly. Because he has to justify his position and he has to justify, oh, this guy, we need to replace this guy. You have to have a paper trail for that. I'm not
Correct.
saying that he's going to do that. I'm just saying you have to have a paper trail for that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm playing the game, but I'm also like super in grind mode. Like I'm going to work and I'm actually working my full shift. It's
Oh.
annoying because usually I go in there like, okay, I'm gonna do 2 hours of work and then I'm gonna
Yeah.
relax.
Just
And I'm
chill.
Like, yeah.
Every day is Friday. Fuck
Yep,
it.
every day's Friday. But now I'm like, fuck, Mondays are actually Monday. Now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
fuck, hump day is actually a thing. So that's literally my sin of the day. It's like you having to put in that extra work to prove a point about like how you're the best for the job. But it's also like just to win an argument.
I was just going to say that. He's trying to justify why you guys put me in this position. So I'm going to revamp everything. I'm going to blow in like a strong ass wind and get everything corrected. And this is why you're paying me X amount of dollars.
Correct.
Stupid.
It's like,
Stupid.
you guys know what you hired me for. Like,
Yeah. We were doing fine without you. We're going to do fine after you. So
And the crazy thing is like this person used to be there a long time ago and he came back.
okay.
So, but that's what I'm pretty sure that's what they brought him back was like we need change around here.
Yeah.
So who's one person is gonna rustle everybody?
I'll bring change. Is that what happens?
Pretty
pick
much.
me, pick me.
Yeah. Oh, I can fix that problem. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, let's see how that works out. Like,
Yeah.
Good luck to you though. But I don't, like I said, I don't think he's a genuinely bad guy or anything like that. I think he's cool because we can still like we're sending these emails and it's so much like you can feel almost the maliciousness in
Really?
the emails.
Yeah.
But like I still go up to him like, hey, can you take care of this for me?
Yeah.
Can you get a second? Or like, hey, so I got this taken care of and I, took care of this for you as well.
Yeah.
Like I'm still gonna do that in your face, but in
Yeah.
his emails, I'm on fire right now. I'm mad.
And of course, like you said, he's CCing the whole entire world. So, like, look what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, man, it's the game you have to play, especially in this space. But so yeah, that's my set of the day is working hard to win an argument.
Ooh.
My woe of the week. What is my woe of the week? I hate that I forget what my complaint is. My inability to foster friendships at work can limit my ability to build successful teams. In today's society.
I agree to a certain point. You do have to have camaraderie, but to a certain extent. You can't be too close.
I agree.
Yeah. But you do want to have.
Well, and that's the thing. I'm pretty sure this has been like this has been a factor of my complaints in like the last 3 episodes. But it's that like everybody wants you to be their friend at work.
I agree.
And I think that's a newer age thing.
I agree. Yes, 100%.
That's why I say like it's only affecting my ability to build successful teams in today's time.
I agree with you on that. Like if you ask my parents or you ask your parents, did they have friends when they were like working? Probably not, no. They have friends outside of work, yeah, of course. But when at work, oh, it's only work, 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 work. Serious face all the time.
I mean, I agree. Because people say that. Like, man, that guy's a raging, angry person everywhere I go.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm just in work mode.
Yeah.
When there's a lot of shit that goes on, and a lot of people don't have, like when we do the live shows, everybody doesn't have the same responsibilities as me. It's from the moment we press record to the moment we stop pressing record, like, I'm busy.
Yeah.
I'm watching so many things. And then let something go wrong for an extended amount of shit. The show we recorded on Thursday, we couldn't get the live stream up and running. And that's frustrating to me because that's like the biggest thing I have to manage and moderate.
It's an accountability thing.
Correct.
I understand that.
So then the live stream's not going, but at least we're still recording, so I can still release the re-upload.
Right. Okay.
Because every show we do the live and then we fix the audio because it's always music.
Sure.
They're usually centered around music, so we go and fix all the issues that go on during the show in post production, and then re-upload it. So it's like, okay, at least I can still re-upload it because everything got recorded, but. Like, to miss out this live stream.
Also because you're a perfectionist as well, too.
Also because I'm a perfectionist. But, throw that one in the pocket for episode 6. But yeah, stuff like that is stuff I have to watch. Or like when it gets laggy, it gets choppy, when there's no sound. Like we hear sound all throughout the building, but like is YouTube getting the sound? Like, then sometimes I don't even notice that the sound's going out until I see comments that are saying that
your sound's going out. Yeah.
So usually what I do is I play the live stream on my phone and I just walk around my phone. So that way if I hear it go out on my phone,
just
then
adjust
I know
it real quick or something. Yeah.
I'll go figure out what the problem is or something like that. But I'm always in work mode.
Yeah.
So, and I tell people that all the time. It's like, yo, I can't be your friend. You can't force me to be your friend because we get into this space and people expect certain favors, luxuries, handouts, all that kind of thing when you're friends at work.
Yes.
So we can be friends after. If you're good at your job, I'm more prone to being your friend after.
Perfectly said. So if you are killing it at work, you're just
Move
a
your microphone
gangster.
closer for me.
If you're like killing it at work and you're like a gangster and you're like a beast at what you do, yeah, sure, let's be friends. But if you're a scrub, I don't want no scrubs.
One scrub is crazy. But no, like real shit. Like if you
seriously.
suck at your job,
We ain't gonna be friends.
you're right.
Yeah.
Like I had a conversation. Shout out you if you know this, but I'm talking to you. But like I said, things were getting a little hard, or a little. How do I word this without being a complete dickwad?
Be a dick. Be a dick.
Somebody's energy was getting a little below average in a sense.
Okay.
And when she finally talked to me, she was like, yeah, I'm going through things. I was like, oh, okay. That makes sense. But let me know if something's going on. I can't solve your problems for you. And I halfway don't give a shit about most of people's problems if I don't know you like that.
Yeah.
But if I know that something's going wrong, I can justify that to why you suck at your job. As opposed to you just sucking at your job.
Yes.
If you're going through something, let me know that, hey, I'm going through something. Things are hard at home.
Yeah.
Cool. You don't have to get any more specific than that. Just let me know something's going on. As opposed to saying, hey, the reason why I'm sucking at my job is just because I suck at my job.
That's just disrespect on both ends. Yeah, it's like you're telling yourself that you suck at your job, but you're also telling your boss, hey, I suck at my job. It kills both of you.
Correct. You're more inconvenient than you know.
But I'm also a sucker for stories. So like, if one of my salespeople are like falling behind or whatever, I'm like, hey, what's going on? If you give me a good enough story, I'm like, all right, let's go ahead and figure this out. What do you need? What do you need me to do?
If you want that kind of extensive help, if you think that I'm capable of giving you that kind of help,
yes,
that's one thing. Like, and again, I don't foster that kind of energy where it's like you would think like, oh, I can definitely tell him about my problem and he's gonna help me solve it. Probably not, but I probably can.
There's only certain salespeople that actually will come to me for that, and that's because we've worked together for so long and we've earned that respect from each other. If you're like a newbie, like you just started 2 months ago, I have this problem going on. Well, fucking fix it or get the fuck out.
Basically.
What you gonna do?
I agree. Yeah, unless we have a certain kind of relationship, there's only so many things I can do to help you through your problems.
Yep.
But also, like, you don't have to get that hard in the detail. Just tell me, hey, I'm going through some shit.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to give you a little bit more leeway room. I had one troop a long time ago that used to do that. He came into work one day and I went off on him because he was going through a lot of shit. And like, I think my boss was the one telling me like, yeah, his wife's in the hospital, type shit. And I pulled him outside. I was like, dude, you gotta say something.
You gotta
like
say
that.
something, right?
We work on a very expensive aircraft that will fucking kill you if you blink too long. Like,
So in my industry, it's not like that extreme.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Though. Like it
That's
is
a
the
little
extreme
more
end,
extreme.
but that's where it can go.
Yeah.
You're going through some personal shit. I get it. Like
Yeah.
everything I know about what you're going through, I understand, bro. But if your head's not here, you have to say something because I'll be damned if I let you go apologize to my mom, saying that I died in an airplane.
Yes,
you weren't paying attention.
because you weren't paying attention because you were lost in your own thoughts and stuff.
Correct.
Like that. Yeah.
So that's why I'm the way I am. It's because I know the way extreme of like, hey, if you're going through something, say something.
Yeah.
I don't need details. You don't have to get into. You don't have to give me too much information. Just say I'm going through something.
Well, in your line of work too, there's lives at risk.
Correct.
Yeah, if it's that's why you have to be a perfectionist in yours. So
Correct.
mine, someone slacks off. Yeah, you might not sell a car, but that one's gonna die.
Everything's death to me. You have to treat every situation like
0
it's
to
supposed
100 all the
okay?
time.
Yep. If somebody's not paying attention at work, they're liable to run a car into the building.
Oh God. Okay. So now that you say that, now I have to start thinking about that.
See what I'm saying? It makes sense.
Yeah.
But no, but I do think that the fact that like people, because they again, this culture, this day and age, people strain on fostering these friendships at work. I don't give a fuck about making friends.
Well, and this time now, people are a lot more sensitive. HR is a big thing now.
HR is a big thing now.
So it's just like, oh, I have to be nice to you. We have to be friends. Because if you don't, I might lose my job. Versus back then where you're just like, we're not friends.
I'll
Fuck
fire
you.
you and HR.
Exactly, right. Yeah. It's just like, I don't give a fuck. Get the fuck out now.
Right.
But now it's just like, please exit stage left nicely.
Yeah. But I'm also firing you. But
Yes,
like, I'm just trying to figure out the proper
The nicest way to do it. Yeah.
So, and that's why I have to emphasize that it's in this day and age. Is because I feel like 20 years you didn't have to give a fuck about these things.
No, you didn't.
But now it's like, you have to make sure that everything is politically correct, that you were sensitive about it because it took you to HR, and now you got a whole lawsuit going on because everybody's a racist. You know, they never said anything racist. It's like, you're black and I'm black. What are you talking about? What are you being racist about?
Yeah, no shit.
I'm
Yeah.
African black. What the fuck does that mean? Well, I'm from Ghana and you're from Nigeria. What the fuck?
What does that mean?
So, yes, I do think that because of that, because I don't emphasize on trying to be your friend, I'm not trying to be a friendly person, we can be friends. I'll grab drinks. Like, I do that with my coworkers, or not my coworkers, because I don't like drinking with military people. But with the company side, the people that I work with, I tell them like, yo, when I'm on the clock, I'm on the clock. From there to set up, I'm in a mode from set up to tear down. If you want to grab a drink after, we can grab a drink.
Yeah.
But like, again, we're not friends.
I have the exact same thing. I have a lot of associates and very, very small group of friends.
Yeah.
Very small group of friends. And I love it that way. I do. Like, hey, if I want to have a drink with somebody, hey, you busy? No, let's grab a drink. We're not friends. Let's just grab a drink. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about like when you even in building friends, and that's the other reason why I'm so adamant about it is because building friends at my age is hard.
Yeah.
Because like people are too with my friends, all the friends that I have, because I'm 32 now. All
Same
the friends
age.
that I have, dope. Shout out to millennials.
Yeah.
But all my friends that I have, they're all around my age range. They're all graduated within a year or two of me, whether it be up or down.
Yeah.
And we've been friends since school.
Okay.
Shout out Q, shout out J-Pat, shout out Von, shout out Chino, shout out the white boys Stevie and Chris. Like all of my friends, the guys that I meet up, like not the guys that I don't hang out with my friends to go randomly like hey, let's go grab a drink at Bar Louie.
Okay.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But what I will do is like, hey, are we doing Friendsgiving this year?
That's
Those are
dope.
my friends. Yeah,
That's amazing.
Fourth of July barbecues, Memorial Day barbecues.
So that's the
stuff like
difference between associates and friends.
Correct.
Yeah.
Associates, I'm like, you want to go grab a drink?
Hey, I'm bored. Let's go grab a drink.
Right.
Yeah.
But the friends is like we
Hey,
have
I got a
planned
Christmas gift
dates.
for you.
Hey, we're all going to DC for this
Yeah,
event. type
exactly.
shit.
Yeah.
So, but those are friends that I've grown up with. So we've molded each other in a way. I
Gotcha.
would expect you in and out.
Okay.
New people that I bring into my circle as a friend, it's harder to figure out like how you're going to react in a situation. It's harder to know because you're not only are you unmoldable because you're so much more stuck in your ways being 30 plus.
Yes.
and unless I see that side, I don't know. With
Yeah.
people that I've been friends with for 15 years.
Like you already know how they tick.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't like, as much as I think that it can be a problem, again, maneuvering in today's society, I can't budge on it because it's more risk than value. Trying to welcome those people or try to prioritize being friends with everybody in a company mindset.
Well, you also have to figure too. How long have you had these friends? You said school, right?
Yeah. So I got all my friends I went to middle school and high school with.
Do you really need more friends?
No, I don't.
Exactly. That's why it's hard for you. Just like, well,
I
I'm
say
good
it all the
without
time.
you.
Like I can move to a completely remote because of like my military backing. I've
Yeah.
moved around so much,
Okay.
and I've still maintained my friendships with the people I went to school with.
You don't need more friends then.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can move to a completely fucking isolated city, state,
Yeah.
whatever, and be completely fine. Does my phone work? We're good.
Yes, exactly.
So.
I mean,
especially-
yeah, FaceTime and stuff like that. So I'm still coming over for Friendsgiving. Just FaceTime me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, shit, during COVID, some of us was in the same city, and we were still FaceTiming on New Year's.
There you go. Yeah. Woo, FaceTime.
Right. So, yeah, no, I can't get behind it. It's just like, it's a complaint of mine because I understand the benefits that can come from trying to prioritize your relationship. But like, you can't expect me to be like, just because we work together, I gotta be like, hey man, is everything good at home? Unless like it's a problem at work. And if I don't understand, even if you tell me, hey, yeah, I almost lost the house, I'm like, cool.
Oh, okay.
Your work hasn't slipped. You're still doing good at work. I'm not gonna ask you about this house again. Like moving forward.
That's fair.
Because I'm gonna
That's
assume
fair.
that you're good and you got it figured
Yep,
out and everything
exactly.
like that because your work is still good.
Yep.
Now when you start to slide off at work, that's different. But if you've never slid off at work, what the fuck would I ask you? Hey, is
What's the
everything
point of
still good at home?
asking?
Right.
Yeah, there's literally no point in asking.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because we're not friends.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the same thing I tell my salespeople. Like, whatever issues you have going on now in your personal life, once you get to the doors of the dealership, leave that shit at the door.
True.
And then when you leave, pick it back up and figure it out from there.
True.
Oh yeah.
I've had arguments about that. Like, bro, this amount of time this week. That's it. That's all you got to give.
Yes, exactly.
Leave it at the
Same
door.
thing I say. Same thing I say.
I tell people that all the time. Like, I get that you guys have personal things go on, things are stressful and stuff like that. But I like to be the type of person that leads by example. So, do you guys even know what I do in my spare time?
No.
You ever heard me complain about a single problem? Like, that's what I always bring up to the table. It's like, you don't know my personal problems because it's not for you.
Yes.
And it doesn't affect you. I
Yeah.
don't come in here telling you, hey, I had a stressful day at work. So that's why I'm podcasting the way I do with an attitude. Like, no.
Yeah.
The flip gets switched. Like, as soon as I the switch gets flipped. As soon as I walk in here to podcast,
You're on stage.
off at the door.
Yeah, you're on stage. It's time to perform. Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's my sin of the day. That's my woe of the week. That's all I got for you on
That's a
those
good woe.
aspects. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Steven.
Yes,
Our
sir.
residential fuckboy.
Oh, right. From another mother. Brother from another mother.
Shout out Bargos. Shout out the Bargos podcast.
Yeah. Isaac Berto?
Yes. And I just saw Berto yesterday. I was like, bro, thank you. He was like, for what? I was like, Steven's my next guest. He was like, that should be fun. I was like, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to pick his brain so bad.
I told Isaac about it on Monday.
Yeah. So I never knew any of that until I watched you on that show.
Really?
Like your reputation in the area.
Yeah. I'm quiet. I like mosey on in, mosey on out. Unless
Because I notice things, especially in the two locations that I sit. I can see everything. I see
you have
those-
prime seats, by the way, because you can literally see the whole entire bar.
Yep.
Yeah.
And not to mention one of them's a blind spot.
In the back next to the kitchen,
No.
the corner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Blind spot.
That's where I talked to you. I was sitting right in front of you.
Yeah. So that's my favorite seat because
Yeah.
that's a blind spot. And the other one is just easy access to everybody. And then I
Okay.
can see the whole building.
Gotcha.
So when I watched that episode, I was like, oh wow. That actually makes sense. Because I've always noticed like you come in, you seem formal with the workers and everything like that. I'm like, oh, okay, he's just known here.
Yeah.
He's a regular. He comes in, gets 2 drinks, he leaves.
I leave. Literally 2 drinks. Gone.
I'm a people watcher.
Yeah. That was actually really good. That was spot on.
So, but then when I watched you get on the podcast, I was like, oh, he's a fuckboy. I was like, this
Oh
guy's
my
a fuckboy.
God.
He comes in with a plan. We're gonna get back to the heat check.
The heat
too.
check. I knew. I had a feeling this was coming up. Okay.
We're never gonna touch on that. But so, for those of you who don't know, Steven has a reputation of messing with service industry people. Long story short. And I'm so confused about that. You work in the service industry technically because you're a salesman.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, but like, is that like preference? Like you prefer people that work in that space?
It's a very good question. No, the reason why is because the hours that I work at work, I don't have a 9 to 5, right? I work so damn much that there's only certain industries that people can understand.
Correct.
And service industry is one of them. Maybe not like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, but they're working 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours a day just like I am. So we can relate on certain things. Or like, hey, are you gonna be busy on this day? Yeah, I have to work. Okay, are you gonna be busy on this day? No, I'm actually free that day. All right, well, I like to sleep in, so I won't be able to like go out until like 6, 7, 8 o'clock. Yeah, great, because I have shit to do anyways on the day off. You talk to someone who's 9 to 5, they're just like, hey, I'm off. I'll be off by 5. Can we meet up at 6? No, too early.
I'm based. I'm mad at it because they're like, and I get that. That's why I always say I understand that more than you know, because I always say I can't be in a relationship with somebody who's either not military affiliated.
There you go.
Or like a content creator.
It's like a a language.
Yes.
Yes.
Your industry can speak. It translates better.
Exactly.
If I'm like I'm not military Monday through Friday, but I work at a military installation. Sometimes I'm liable to take trips. Sometimes I'm liable to deploy. Sometimes I may be gone for a long time. If you don't have any military connect,
exactly,
you won't understand that.
So
then
that's
when I'm gone for 4 or 5, 6 months.
Yeah.
You have a problem with it.
That's why I've never dated a military person. Traveling, I've never left the East Coast, and I don't have time to travel. I work too much.
No,
So
and that's how I am now. So I can't do that like unless it's a work related trip. I don't like to travel unless I'm making money doing it.
Yeah.
So I don't travel for vacation or nothing like that. My idea of a vacation is a day off.
Yes, yes, it is. It really is, and it's. I feel like on my vacation, I'm still doing so much work just in my private life that I'm just like, damn, I should have just went to work.
That's what this is. Like this is my job off work.
There you go. Yeah.
So and then I say content creation because how much hours goes into trying to make it. Like a lot of people that are only like the hard working content creators. Some people think that I just put in an hour of work on YouTube once a week. But those are the people that are making money on YouTube.
I was about to say, what does that do for you? Does that do anything?
No, because you're behind the algorithm every time.
Oh,
yeah.
So the YouTube algorithm is real.
Yes.
Never knew
my
that.
God.
Never knew that.
Yes.
I just thought it was a conspiracy theory.
No, the YouTube algorithm
shit.
is crazy.
Okay.
Figuring out the YouTube algorithm, the Instagram algorithm, TikTok algorithm, is a science all in itself.
Really?
Yeah. It's like you'd have to take a crash course to actually understand it.
Really?
Yeah.
That actually intrigues me.
Like right now, YouTube Shorts. Even if you don't post videos or anything, if your YouTube Shorts is how you slide into people's algorithm. If you're not in YouTube, if you don't do YouTube Shorts, then you do not register on anybody's shit. Or like short form content. When we first started doing podcasting, we were dropping hours and hours and hours. Like, each episode's an hour long, drop that on YouTube, call it a day. Then it was like, okay, well, a lot of people aren't digesting an hour worth of content initially. You'd have to be like, only people that have that is people who have perfected YouTube. Like
figure out the algorithm.
Well, no, not figuring out the algorithm. Like not as a creator, but as a viewer.
Okay.
Most people are like, if you watch podcasts on YouTube, you're doing other shit. So, but the people that like concentrate on YouTube, they're watching short form content. They're watching shorts. They're watching 10-minute videos or something like that. I think the mark for like 3 years ago was like the specific mark was like right under 8 minutes.
Really?
Your video had to be like between 7 minutes and 30 seconds and 8 minutes.
To get max?
Yeah.
To max views.
To maximize like view count and stuff like that because that's people's interest level. And
attention span.
So that's why like for the podcast, we'll drop the hour-long episode, but we'll drop, if you're a Patreon, if you're willing to pay, chances are you don't mind 2-hour episodes because you figured out how to view it. Yeah. You're paying for it and you figured out how to view YouTube. Or you figured out how to like listen to audio and stuff like that. So you're doing something else in the background.
This is really in depth.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then, but we also started doing 10-minute clips. So each episode comes with 2 10-minute clips for people that want shorter content.
Gotcha.
But also we can highlight on one topic and make that like, that's where those will get a lot more clicks because then you can really pick and play with the like the hashtags or the title names or something like that. You put crazy things like I think Renee, my episode 76 guest.
I love Renee. Shout out to Renee.
Shout out to Renee. The bisexual word was the name of the episode. Instant shoot up in
really
counts because of the word.
Because of the word bisexual.
Once you start if words become like sexual, like sexual can lead to arguments kind of words, then those things kind of like catch people's attention. Yeah, the
Got you.
YouTube algorithm's crazy.
That is dope. Though.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Years to understand too. And I
Yeah.
still don't even have it perfected because I'm still trying to get on the YouTube short game
Mm-hmm.
because YouTube Shorts is like because the podcast is recorded in a wide landscape format. I have to figure out a way where I can
Shorten it.
not shorten it, but get that the portrait format
Oh.
while keeping it engaging.
Oh.
So I can't just like take the wide shot and then zoom it out, and then you have that big space filled in the top and big filled in the back and the
Oh.
shots in the center because it's in landscape mode originally.
Yeah.
Because this shot, the wide shot, is too wide for a portrait
A
version.
short.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's still trying to figure that out, but you also got to create ways where it's engageful, like people
Sure.
say that say. So
Yeah.
things like that. Those are all things that you have to figure out. But once you get it figured out, initially, it's usually good until the algorithm starts tweaking itself.
That's dope. So is it ever changing?
The algorithm?
Yes.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it's all about people's interests. It's all about people's engagement. It's all about people how much attention people have. Shit like that.
So it's like whatever worked for this episode might not work for the next episode.
Correct.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It sounds stressful. It's dope, but it does sound stressful at the same
well,
time.
that's why most people hire social media managers.
Oh, well, that makes sense then.
Yeah, you hire somebody else to manage that shit.
Okay.
Because it's people's job to figure out algorithms.
And I'm sure that's pricey.
It can be.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
it.
If you figure out somebody else and you teach them how to do it and you just don't have the time, that's one thing. But then if you go out and find an expert, then you're
Yeah,
paying for an
pricey.
expert.
Yeah, you're paying for what you get, or
So-
paying for quality. Yeah.
Right. Fuck, where do we come off of that? We're talking about being at the bar, we're talking about the algorithm, talking the language of being in an industry. So yes, I was asking you what so is it just preference or is it just something you care about?
That,
But you saying
time.
it's because of the language.
Yes,
the service
exactly.
industry language. That actually makes more sense.
we're very relatable, and conversation. So I'm a big conversation person. I love conversation. Like if you could be the ugliest person in the whole entire world, but if you're giving me great conversation, this might work. And waitresses and
That's crazy. If you're giving me great conversation and that's all you have to offer, you're gonna be a dope friend.
yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
But
Yeah.
I'm shallow as fuck. So
A
it's
dope
okay.
associate. Maybe not friend. Dope associate. But you have to think about it. Bartenders and waitresses, what are they doing all day?
Talking.
Talking.
Yeah.
So they have to come up with conversation. So we're in the same boat
Supposed
there.
to.
Or supposed to, yeah. Some
This industry nowadays,
Yeah,
like
it's-
post COVID, you motherfuckers don't want to do their
they're
job.
like, what do you want to drink? Water? Okay, yeah, I'll be right back.
But I get that. Yeah, like it's relatable because you're
Yeah.
in the sales industry. You have to talk, and then they're kind of in the sales industry too.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they're
Maybe I should start dating service industry. Wait.
come on, my fellow fuckboy, we can do this.
That's crazy. But maybe I do have a history of. I don't know if I have a history because I don't know. Okay, so because here's one thing I wanted to say. How do you feel comfortable shitting where you eat?
I don't really eat at bars. Anyways. I always take the food to go.
Clever. Fucking clever.
It can get messy. But you have to set like a boundary. Like, hey, yeah, we can hang out.
Guidelines.
This might happen, but this definitely won't happen. And typically, what the most definitely won't happen is relationship. The relationship's definitely not gonna happen. But we can still have fun. We can still hang out and have drinks and stuff like that. Yeah, sure, come on.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, it's for me. It's I don't shit where I eat. I can't like if I'm going to hang out here. I don't want to date you if you work at my hangout spot. But maybe and maybe that's the difference is because I'm automatically like this is. Would you consider yourself red pill?
What's that?
Okay, cool. We'll get into it.
Okay.
Well, you know people like Fresh and Fit podcast or
Yes,
whatever podcast.
yes.
Would you consider yourself similar to those guys?
Not as toxic.
Not as toxic.
Yeah, but
on a spectrum.
Yeah.
Based.
Yeah, I would. But if you actually like pay attention to them and like listen to like they're actually not that bad. A lot of it's bad. Yes, I agree with you on that. Some of it's not bad though.
Yes, sometimes they teach regular fucking Joe Smos how to get women
Oh no.
on a sexual level.
I'm talking like when they're interviewing these females. Like, what do you have to offer besides? You know what I mean?
I agree, but then
Yeah.
that's because they're purposely bringing on the dumbest bimbos and pick-me's you've
Their
ever seen.
fucking
on the
IQ
internet.
levels have to be just like the lowest of the lowest.
Correct.
Seriously.
If you go and find a woman in Miami You're not gonna find the same girl in fucking Massachusetts.
Yeah, Massachusetts has a lot more brains, I'm sure. No offense to Miami. I love Miami.
Me too.
All right.
But I'm more of a Tampa guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, probably have better conversation there.
So, but no, and that's why I asked that.
Yeah.
The relationship thing, I mean, the dating thing, I think they can help a lot of guys with. It's the like after that. Like I think all you guys do, not all you guys, all those guys do is teach people how to like impress women to get in the draws. Which is fine.
It's a very temporary thing.
Yes.
It's not longevity.
Correct.
There's no longevity behind
no
it.
longevity in it
Yes.
whatsoever. So that's why I'm like, when I'm talking about like picking up women at the bar, I'm just saying like on some dating shit. Maybe it's because I got my fuckboyism out of my life and when I was like 22 to like 27.
That wasn't that long ago. We can pick this up.
No.
We can pick this up, man.
I'm done with that lifestyle.
We can do this, man.
I'm not going back to that life.
Well, believe it or not, I have this like reputation about like dating and bartenders and waitresses. There's actually only been like a couple that I've
you've
actually
dated.
dated. A few I've actually like hung out with and had drinks and had a good time with. And then as soon as you step out with somebody, like, oh my God, they're dating. No,
Yeah.
we're literally just.
No, I'm just boning her, guys.
I was gonna say Starbucks.
just getting
I was
dick,
gonna say
guys.
Starbucks, but okay.
No, you're just getting a cappuccino in the dick.
2-for-1 special.
Cappuccino and dick, guys. That's all she's getting, okay?
But yeah, so yeah, I've actually only dated literally like a couple. Yeah, I just leave it at that.
No, I respect that. Because I didn't think about it. It was like, do I date a lot of service-related people or service industry-related people? And I thought about it. I was like, no. I probably messed around with a decent amount. I probably entertained enough. But yeah, not dating.
Entertain. That's the best way to put it. I've entertained. Yeah.
Don't start using my words.
No, that was good.
Okay.
That was very young, creative, and cultured.
Appreciate that. But yeah, no, I've entertained enough where it's like you said, there is a language. For somebody like me that's always on the road, somebody like me that puts in long form hours and stuff like that. But I also like there's so many other languages I speak. Like I'm a college graduate, like I'm a military veteran,
This?
like yes, I'm a company owner.
Yeah.
So there's other languages I speak. So there's then sometimes that service industry can be limiting. Because then I have to ask you, okay, why are you still in this industry?
So it's so funny. A buddy of mine used to date the stripper, and she
Escalated so fast.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, it's weird. He's actually one of my coworkers. Shout out Steven DaCosta. Anyways, and she's been stripping for like the past like 12 years, and she keeps saying they dated for like a good like 6 months, and she kept saying, I want to get out the industry. I want to get out this industry, and he's like, well then fucking get out, right? And she's like, I don't know what to do. I've been doing this my whole entire life, and he was like, you could probably figure out how to get out of this if you really wanted to. But she just...
I actually had that conversation with a mutual friend of ours. I ain't gonna say her name. I won't say her name.
All right.
But I was talking about like the career versus the job in a sense of like, you know, I said, if you don't have any drive to like, if you just see that fast cash.
Yeah.
And you don't have any drive, that's kind of like the equivalent of like a fling to a marriage.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what I think of it as. If like you just keep, all you see is like stripping. You just see fast cash. You don't have any goals of like furthering that, using that. If you bitches want to strip, if you bitches want to pop your pussy for education, do it. I got you. If you just want to strip so you can pay your way to school, I'm your biggest fan.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, but if you stripping because you want to buy red bottoms.
Yeah. So you can wear
Yes.
to your next strip club.
To the next club that you're stripping at. Yeah, no, I got nothing for you.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's like it's a the language is there because of like the hours and stuff, like the time that you put in and stuff like that. And then I think a lot of service industry people understand like hustle because you kind of again you have to sell yourself.
Same, yeah.
So I can get behind that, but then again, which drive? What's your ambition? Where's your aspirations? Those kind of things. Those are also the conversations I'm having. So if you don't fall in there, but then that's why I can only run into service industry people that are young. Because if you're 30-something and you're still a bartender.
Do you wanna-
or a server, I have questions.
Do you want to like, if you really want to like see someone freeze and get lost in their thoughts, simply ask them, what's your 5-year plan? It's like a deer in headlights.
Right.
Just stops. Like what? At least 5 minutes? No, 5 year. What are you doing in the next 5 years?
I've done it too much to want to do it anymore.
You see what I'm saying,
Yes,
then, right?
I know exactly what you're
It's just like, this
saying.
is annoying.
Yes, because most people don't know what a 2-year plan is.
Yes.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What is your goal for the end of this year?
Most people don't have an answer. Yeah. I'm hoping to like only work Friday, Saturday, Sundays at the bar. Okay. So what's your 2-year plan? Oh, to be a bar manager. Okay. Conversation's over.
Yeah, right. Okay. That's crazy. Opportunities, and if you are in those positions and they fall in your lap, that's one thing. But that's your aspirations. I have questions, especially at a certain age. If you're younger and that's your aspirations, like, oh, well, I didn't want to go to school, so I want to move up in this place, and I'm 20 years old, and by 22 I want to be the bar manager. I'm like,
Oh, so that's
dope.
different. Yes, that's different.
But if you're 35 and your 2-year plan is to be a bar manager,
You ever been to Tap Room in Occoquan?
yes,
Have you noticed the bartenders there?
no.
Like, there's 2 females and I think a guy. They're the only 3 bartenders I've ever seen there. I don't think none of them are less than 40 years old. I'm pretty sure they're all in like their upper 40s, lower 50s. I'm like, so is this it for you? Like, you can't get out now. You've
Yeah.
been doing this forever. So
And that's why I tell people when I tell people like, oh, you're a podcast host. Like, yeah, okay, chill out. Like, it's not my job. It's
a
more of a
hobby.
hobby. Yeah. I make money from it, but
Yeah.
like that's because of everything that I brought into it.
Exactly, yeah.
But no, I have a 9-to-5, motherfucker. Okay?
that's what I'm saying. Like, if you didn't post a video this week or next week, would you still survive? Yeah, but
if I stop posting videos altogether,
you'd
I would
still
survive.
Exactly, but 40, 50-year-old bartender, like if you stop bartending,
If you miss a night,
yeah,
how bad are your bills affected?
probably really bad. That's why they're still bartending at 40 and 50 years old. I'm like,
We're not shooting our bartenders here because apparently he likes y'all. So
okay. I do have an age limit here. I'm just saying.
what he's saying is like women with low expectations and goals and no aspirations. I'm kidding.
So that was a fuckboy statement. That was a bad fuckboy
I'm
statement.
kidding.
That was some fresh and fit
Comedy
shit.
style guys, you know that. But yes, no, like, and that's the conversation. But I understand being in that industry. Shit, we keep coming off of the industry, and I'm trying to get back there so I can close that out
Yeah.
and then move on to the next.
I'll
one.
let you go. I'm sorry.
But no, how do you deal with that reputation, like amongst everybody else? Like, what's your biggest obstacle when you go out?
I take very hot showers to bring warmth to my very cold heart. Now, if I do show a side of you, I'm sorry, if I showed a side of myself to you that does, you see like this heart version of me. I do have a very big loving heart, but I don't show it to everyone. And there's only a couple of people that actually like seen it. But if I go out and I know I have this reputation, and I go out and I know somebody's cheering or chattering about me, I'm just like, what bills have you paid for me?
Bruh, oh God.
Are you taking care of my daughters?
Compared to how many bills I'm paying for you.
Exactly. Right. Are you paying my car payment? Taking care of my daughters? If I don't go to work tomorrow, are you gonna pay my bills? No? I don't give a fuck what you're saying then.
True. I'm behind that. I'm 100% behind that. No bullshit.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into the heat check in a minute.
Oh,
but
sugar.
because I really want to know who broke you.
Oh, very good subject.
Okay, we'll get into it on Patreon.
I'll even give you the backstory on it. Shit.
We'll get into that on Patreon. I don't want to spoil y'all with too much information. The heat check.
Okay.
So you gotta not teach this to me, but you have to explain it for them, and then I'm going to dissect it.
Okay.
Because what you're essentially doing is something I do, a bigger tactic, is I tell women exactly what's going to happen. So when I heard you say the heat check, I was like, oh, he's telling them what they do. And they're still gonna fall for it.
Yes. Yes. But it's how you skip from date 1 to like date 5
Yeah.
to see like how really interested are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not playing this game. Can you explain the heat check, please?
All right, so heat check is this. Let's say you meet a female. You guys are having a great conversation. Let's say you go to Wegmans. This is so funny. You say you go to Wegmans, you're buying a bottle of wine, you run into a female and say, oh, that's actually a really good wine. Yeah, it is. I know, right?
As he has a bottle of Stella Rose in his hand.
It's actually true crimes. Crimes. 19 crimes. There you go, 19 crimes. Stella's not bad, though, either.
That's the go-to. You can't
Yeah.
fail with Stella Rose.
So then you're having a conversation, you guys exchange numbers, you're texting all week, and then you hit her with the line, hey, Let's go grab dinner, right? She's giving you great conversation, but you're not sure. Like, is she just doing this out of boredom, or is she doing it because she genuinely likes me? So, easiest way to find out, hey, what are you doing on this day? Oh, I'm doing nothing. Let's go grab dinner. Yeah, sure, let's go grab dinner. You wait the day of. You wait and wait and wait. And within 2 hours, or I wouldn't say within 2 hours, outside of 2 hours before that date happens, what's typically going to happen is she's probably rushing home from work or about to get ready to meet you for dinner and blah, blah, blah. You hit her. Hey, something came up. I'm sorry. I won't be able to make dinner tonight. Oh, okay, that's great. No worries, I understand. We can reschedule. She says that. Oh, she's interested. She genuinely likes you. It's not just the conversation. It's not because she's bored. It's not because of anything else. She genuinely likes you and wants to get to know you. Now she says, oh, really? You're such an asshole, blah, blah, blah. I promise you that female has already found another date for that night. So it's all interesting, I think. And it works for me sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work for me. But the ones that it doesn't.
When wouldn't it work for you?
When they respond back, oh, fuck you. That's when it didn't work for me.
I feel like it did work for you.
It saved me, for sure.
Yeah.
It saved me time and effort and energy, which time I don't have. I have a very limited amount of time. And it's 24 hours in a day is not enough for me. Same.
High kettle on pot.
There you go. Right. So if I'm taking time out of my day to like meet you for dinner, it's because I genuinely like you. But I want it to be returned to me. I want to know that you actually really like me.
Yeah.
And that this can probably
it could be as initial for you as it is for me.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why I would date one is just like, oh, hey, what's your name? Oh, what do you want to eat? Let's get a couple drinks. Oh, yeah. It's a lot of formalities. Date two is still formalities, a little lighter. Date three, it's very, very light, but you're still trying to get to know each other. Date four, that's when you're starting to figure out like, oh, she's like really feeling me.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So fuck step 1, 2, and 3. It does nothing for me. I don't have the time for that.
Yeah.
Let's go straight to 4 and 5. What's up?
What's up? It's crazy.
Maybe not the what's up
I'm not
part.
mad at it, but like, no, because now for me, I don't have time to spend money. Me sending you a text every day, or what's up? Hey, how you doing? What are these females? What are these females I used to send a text every Tuesday and Friday? I'd send a text and be like, two personal questions. One, what's your interest, hobby question, and one was like a personal question to get to know you, and do that effectively for every Tuesday and every Friday. At that point, I don't have to take you out on a date. I know exactly where you want to go. I've dissected enough information. But now the trick is I copy and paste that to every other girl.
Yeah.
But oh shit, am I fuck voice?
Oh, shit.
So I had to set the standard so that I knew exactly what I needed to say and what really piques interest, and like, oh, that's a good question, or I like that question. And show other girls were like, what do you think about this question? Oh, I like that question. Type shit. So now I've used that as a forward plan, like to ask other women questions. That's like a little training arc for me.
Yeah.
But and that gets me past the dates, because I know for me, in my experience with women, the number one thing is about like how much do you pay attention? That's what women always wanted to be reminded of. That you're paying attention to.
Yes.
And stuff like that. And I have a really great memory bank, but some shit I have to write down. So some stuff I can't remember off the top of my head. Sometimes I have to look at my list and like, is this shit? Because for me it started where I hated asking women what do they want to eat.
That is
I hate asking in the moment.
That's a whole argument. It really is.
But what I do now is ask, what do you eat when you usually go to this place? Outside of going to that place. So then I keep a list. I used to do this with my homegirl.
That's a really good question.
Like, I would like bring her food sometimes at random moments and stuff like that. Or she had an event, I'd bring a little surprise meal or something like that. So I have a list of foods that she likes from certain places.
That is
then
dope.
I started asking other women like, hey, what do you like when you go to this place? What do you usually get? And I keep that list so that way I can surprise you with food.
Yeah.
Or like, and I do that with many women. Yeah. But like, you keep a memory so that way I'm never asking you what do you want to eat.
I feel like you have like a Uber Eats, just your personal like.
No, they're all in my notes.
No, I was just saying like you have your notes are an app, Uber Eats for females. By name.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. So, and I keep that list because then you can understand like what type of, even like, I don't just do it for like women. I'm talking to a woman. I do it for my sister too. Like, if my sister says, oh, like, I used to eat this, I used to eat that. It's like, okay, I can bring you something when you're hungry. But I have to keep that list because I have so many meals and foods and places. And shit, sometimes I come across things that be like, I've never heard of that. I'm going to try it.
That's
shit.
dope. I need to use that or do that.
Keep
Yeah,
a list
that's
of
dope.
like foods that women like, and then you never have to have the conversation. What do you want to eat? Just pull up to the window.
I like
and then
that.
it's cute too. When
Where'd
pull
you
up to
get
the
that
window,
from?
I'm devious.
Oh.
I was once a fuckboy.
Oh shit, that's dope. I just elevated my game. Okay.
Yeah, you just keep that list, and then it's not like it goes outdated.
Yeah.
It's not like they're changing their diet like that.
Yeah, that's true. You're right about that.
Yeah, you keep the list, and now I never have the conversation. What do you want to eat? Or somebody said they're hungry.
That's gangster.
I'm like, okay, what am I close by? Okay, let me look at the list. Bet.
That is dope. I like that a lot.
Yeah. So I was once a fuckboy too.
That is a fuckboy quality for sure. I give you that.
But yeah, and that's where it gets down to the heat check, because like I brought up the fact that you came out and said that, like, oh, this is what I do. I'm skipping these tactics and stuff like
Yes.
that. I do that to women all the time. Like, oh, okay, well, like I've come out and just said, yeah, I keep a list of where all y'all eat. I send all y'all the same questions.
Oh.
Yeah, like
So you have like a ask you 21 questions.
pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah.
But it's very extensive because they can tell, like, the answers. Not only can the answers tell you a lot about somebody, but the level of engagement within the answers can tell you how personable they are. So, like, if I ask you a bunch of hobbies or interest questions, it shows me how inexperienced you are, how experienced you are, how much you get out, how much you don't. Like, kind of like your life goals, your aspirations, shit like that. Your personal questions show, like, your trauma. They show, like, how open you are and stuff like that. There's a tactic to it, because in asking a set amount of questions, I can learn so much about you just by the way you're explaining it. If I say, like, what's the hardest thing you ever went through in life? And you say,
I broke a nail.
yeah, like something simple like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you don't have any life experience.
Yeah.
Or you don't feel comfortable telling me. I've already lost interest on both of those aspects. But if you say, well, one time when I was 14, my uncle got a little too comfortable, and I'm like, whoa,
Take it easy.
red
man.
flag.
Yeah.
But like, so you got daddy issues. Bet.
Yo, are you sure you used to be a fuckboy? I'm starting to feel like you still are.
I'm just
You
reliving.
still-
I'm really good at living
no.
back in my past. I promise. I'm really good at living in my past.
Holy shit.
But yeah, no. There's a tactic, but I'm telling you this tactic because, like, I know what kind. You're either going to go one way or the other about it. Because a lot of women will, like, they try to. I don't want to say manipulate situations, but they try to give off certain personas to try to test you. But in doing, if the questions that I'm asking you or the interest that I have within, like, what's your food and stuff, lying to me is not going to do anything.
Well, I was
It'll
gonna
fuck
say,
you over.
it's a genuine question, so you
Yeah.
have to give a genuine response.
Correct.
And you're gonna do it without even knowing that you're doing it.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about you sending me messages.
Yes,
about
exactly.
That or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to my past.
Shout out
my
to
life, 'cause everything. All of this still works effectively.
I used to be a fuckboy.
Maybe that was the name right there. I used to be. I was once an F boy. Holy shit! I have not been keeping track of the time because I do not know, not the clock, the time.
Oh.
And I can't see it. I don't know why, because of the light. Oh. Because I want to get one of your topics. How to be a gentleman, like habits. How to be a gentleman, like the habits and the behaviors of them. What would be your biggest suggestion to most men in being a gentleman?
Hygiene. Take a shower. Take a shower, brush your teeth, invest in some like skincare, some type of skincare. I use face wipes every morning and every night to take care of my face. Invest in a good hairstyle, or if you're bald, then great, wear the bald look. But invest in yourself. One of the biggest things of being a gentleman, I think, is how you carry yourself and personal hygiene, how you dress, how you talk, how you just carry yourself in general, I think. That's one of the biggest things. Everything else will come eventually. You'll just pick up certain things, like knowing to walk on the when you're walking down the sidewalk, walk on the side of the street, let the female walk inside, so just in case a car drives by and splashes water, it's on you and not her. Opening the door for a female, or did you know this? The proper way to actually walk in a female into a restaurant or bar or whatever is actually not opening the door and let her walk in first. It's actually you walking in first and holding the door for her, so you can scope out and see if there's any dangers before she actually walks in. Most people don't know that. Opening her door, especially if it's a first date and she's riding in the car with you, which I'd never been a fan of.
Wait, what?
First date, never ride together. Let her meet you there, I think. It's a first date. Second date, third date, yes, I'll pick you up.
I think that's a high level of comfortability that I'm not ready for on the first date.
It's riding in the
Both
same car.
sides. Yeah.
Yes,
like, well,
exactly.
because we have to meet somewhere.
Yes.
Like either or not meet somewhere. Somebody has to drive to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So either I have to come pick you up, and if you're giving me your address on the first date, I have questions. You might as well just let me fuck. Jesus.
Fuckboy activated. With our powers combined.
At that point, you might as well just let me fuck on break.
At that point,
like,
let's not even go to dinner. Let's just Netflix and chill.
without the Netflix and the chili.
But no, I always find a common place, like a middle ground, like where you live. I live in this area. Okay, great. Halfway. First date. Second date, if you need me to come pick you up, great. I'll come pick you up. Third date. First date, dinner, right? Second date, could be dinner or just simple drinks. Third date, let's go do an activity. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a run. Let's go sit by the water somewhere. Let's fuck dinner, fuck all that shit. Let's just go actually do something.
Yeah.
Because then you can just actually have a peaceful conversation and start asking those questions that you already have.
I've already asked those questions.
Them. Yeah.
So that's why I know by the first date, I know exactly where we're going because I know like dinner's boring to me. Dinner's
It really is. I don't like it, man.
We're already in the relationship for me. Like I'd rather not take you out to dinner because most of the time I like to talk before because I can figure out whether you're worth my time without taking you out. It's not even that. It's full transparency. I hate spending on women that aren't worth it. Spending money on women that aren't worth it.
Set the same with time.
So I don't like taking you out to dinner.
Spending could be a financial thing or a time thing. I hate spending time with someone that probably it's not gonna work out anyways.
Correct.
That's why we heat check.
Hey, heat check is effective. I'm not even mad at it. But yeah, I don't like spending money on women that aren't worth it because you know I because of the type of women that I associate with, the women I'm cool with. You know, I fuck with the females that I fuck with, but it's the bag chase for me. Not like really chasing the bag, but in the sense of like, well, at least I got a free meal out of it.
Yeah.
Bitch, if you didn't like that, then you should pay for your time.
I've heard females say this, and I'm just like, that is so disgusting.
I hate
Like,
that
why would you? You only showed up for dinner because it was free? Really? And if you're a female, if you're a female watching this, and you guys are going out to dinner, yes, it's expected for the guy to pay. All right?
2023, you bitches paying for your own meals.
At least offer it. At least offer it. Like, at least can you at least
It
like
is assumed that you can buy your own food. Okay?
Of course,
I'm
but
kidding,
at least
I'm kidding.
at least grab your purse and pretend that you're gonna pull out a wallet so I can just say, hey, no, I got it. Like, but if the check comes out, and obviously I'm gonna grab the check, but the check comes out and you're just like staring at me like this, I'm gonna like, all right, this is the first and last. You're never gonna talk to me again. Bye, Felicia. Not that I ever dated
And
Felicia.
if you're, there's a way to wear your value. If you knew that you came and you rocked this fucking night, you gave an amazing date performance. Don't you even act like you pull out your check. You earned this. Like if you came in and you knew you had all the personality, you came look stunning, you knew you was going to like woo me away. Don't insult me by thinking that you gonna pay tonight. I got it, girl. You came out on your A game, but like you gotta be a different type of bitch to be able to do that. Like,
hey, you do really, you really do.
You are.
Yeah, you really do.
You keep your hands in your pockets. Don't you pull that shit out. But no, I agree. Like you got to show some kind of half seats.
Yes.
On the first date.
On something.
Yeah, because I'm gonna assume that you just came out there for
free drink.
You came out there for free drinks.
Yeah.
And I know women do that.
Yes.
Free food, free drink.
I've personally had females tell me like, oh yeah, I don't even like him. I'm just gonna go out to dinner with him because it's free. I'm like, you bitch.
Right.
Seriously?
That part.
It's sad, but yeah.
Hygiene. I never pass that because that is a problem. A lot of you niggas don't wash your balls.
Yeah. Maybe they're too small to wash. Who knows?
Wild.
Just saying.
That's
Could
a
be.
crazy life to live. They're too small to wash.
Bro, and the sad part is like, we can smell it, right? We're here. You're right here. If I can smell it, you can smell
You
it.
can't smell your own body odor.
Really?
You smell your body odor last.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the thing. I remember
Interesting.
saying like hearing that you can't smell your own body odor, but I know that you smell because you can smell if you're musty.
Yeah.
But everybody else has smelled that you're musty first.
Interesting. Never knew that.
Yeah, it's hard to smell your own body
Wow.
odor because you're most used to your own body scent.
Oh.
But everybody else you're not used to.
Oh,
That's
shit.
what's easier to
Now I feel bad.
smell.
Damn.
No, you're right. Even if you can't smell yourself, wash your ass.
Just still wash your ass regardless.
Correct.
So hygiene, very important.
Yes.
Find like a good wash your hair. Wash your hair like 2-3 times a week. I wouldn't go more than that.
I
Well,
get 2-3 times a week.
2-3 times a week.
Yeah, some people wash their hair every day, and I'm like,
Oh, you're fucking your hair up. You are fucking it all the way up. Get like a nice cologne that people can remember you by. Like, oh, I know that smell. Oh, that's Steven. You know what I mean? Nice body wash. I use Dove. Don't ask about the deodorant. It's a secret.
It's a secret or it's secret?
I don't know.
Based.
It's actually both. It's secret. It's actually secret. Yeah.
I used to do. I think for the longest, for like 10 years straight, I used the same body wash. It was Axe Dark Temptation.
Oh.
And it always gave me a
You really were a fuckboy. Anything Axe is fuckboy. That's like the fuckboy like smell. It is.
Only if it's body spray.
Yes. Body spray. Calvin Klein. Just the regular Calvin Klein.
Oh yeah, my
body spray.
Dior Sauvage is my go-to cologne.
Are you sure you used to be a fuckboy? You might still be there. You might still
Am I
be there.
radiating fuckboy energies right now?
No, the cologne, yes, it is. You might still be there. Hey, but it's a great smell. I can't be mad at that. And then why so?
I
Another
used it for
fuckboy.
so long. I just like I don't like the smell. I like it when it's fermented, like when you've had that bottle for a while and you've let it sit, and that's when I really enjoy. Because like a fresh bottle does not smell as good to me as a bottle that's like 6 months old.
I always, every time I get a bottle, I always spray out the first like 5 sprays just to get the. It's weird. It's a weird habit, but you get the true smell after like the first 5 sprays.
So and that's why I always hated the fresh smell of the bottle. So I have one that's like 6 months old, and I'll still be using that one.
That probably smells best. I'm sure. Yeah. It always smells better while it sits. Do you put it in like a cold room?
No, usually room temperature.
All right. So next time you get a fresh bottle, put it somewhere where it's cold, and you'll get a crisper. Yeah, you'll get a crisper smell. Yeah.
Noted.
And then
Tips for my fellow fuckboys.
we're gonna quiz you after this.
Did I pass the F-boy quiz?
You got an F. Yes.
Yes. It works in reverse, guys. You don't want to be an A guy.
You want to be an F guy.
You want to be an F guy.
Shit.
Hygiene, good cologne. I don't know. You guys, for me, a lot of you guys' problem is y'all think just because y'all got money or because y'all got good looks and shit like that, those are the only things you got to bring to your table. Be personable is my advice.
Yes.
I hate motherfuckers that just don't know how to engage in conversation. Every
Yes.
third word is yeah.
Yes, I agree. Have a mouthpiece. Have a mouthpiece. Be able to talk. Not some people are watching this like, oh, have a mouthpiece. Not that dirty way. Also have that, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, eat ass, nigga.
Still have that.
If you're 30 years old and you don't eat ass, you ain't gonna make it on long.
Bruh, if you're 30 years old and you're in a relationship and you don't eat ass, I promise you, someone's eating that ass. It might not be you, but someone's definitely eating that ass.
Hey, you niggas gotta grow up. I be having that argument with a lot of these young guys. They're like, what I gotta eat ass for? If she ain't my wife, I'm like, bruh.
Wait till you
You
get to
sound
30.
like the women that say I'm not fucking him before I'm married.
That's a lie.
I'm testing my car before I buy it.
That's true. We're taking this bitch around the block right now.
But yeah, now I can get behind those tips. Hygiene, cologne, be fucking personable.
Be able to talk. Exactly.
Jesus, because y'all niggas suck.
And don't be afraid to like go out by yourself.
Oh yeah, nah. You see, I see how you always go out by yourself. Sometimes now because my sister is dating somebody who works there, it's I'm a little bit
At
more
BL?
with her. Yeah.
Okay.
She is Gavin.
Gavin, I love Gavin.
Yeah, she's
He's so
dating
cool.
him.
Yeah.
But because she's now dating somebody to get bar, like sometimes I'll go with her because I'm there a little less than. But before I was always there by myself.
That's the best
how I got
time.
Introduced, yeah.
That's if you don't have a mouthpiece, literally go everywhere by yourself and strike up a random conversation. They're probably not gonna remember you anyways. Just have a conversation with somebody random.
Hey, so I can get behind that.
Yeah, it's good practice. It's good practice.
As a podcast host, let me tell you, it is good practice. Before I say body, you fucking free niggas. I'm sorry, you're not fucking free niggas. Before I say body, you free niggas though.
You're not, but you are.
We're gonna introduce the playlist plug of the week for this
All
week. If you were there for our second headliner week for Limelight Vibes, dope ass artist named Blake G came on, and I think we used this video. Him and fuck, I can't remember the name. I just remember the name of the song. It's called Move On. But him and that person who else did the song with him.
I love the name of that song.
Move On.
Move On. I love the name of that song. Move On. Best.
So shout out to Blake G for being our episode 78 playlist plug of the week song with his dope ass track called Can Do. And as always, it will be in the SoundCloud plug of the week playlist, volume 3. So yeah, check it out.
They try to tell me what I can, what I can't do. Looking at them like I don't understand you. You never really know what life's gonna hand you. So I'ma do anything that I get the chance to. I keep it cooking like the pots and the pans do. Trying to make a few bops you can dance to. I be tight up on that ass like a pantsuit. I just wanna go this hot and cute. Mic check like 1 and 2. My checks like whoa, damn dude. My skill just grows, bamboo. You thought I drove, man flew. That I got weed, that's a Grand Zoo. You know I brought the team and the fan too. Pull up on the scene, it's a damn zoo. I put a beat on and jam like I can't shoot. Can do. Anything you want, I can do. Nothing that I can't prove. Anything you want, I can do. Can do, can do. They try to tell me what it is not. While they're living in the system getting pissed off. Cause I'm doing something that they only dreamed of. Elon and my shuttle that'll lift off. I'm just trying to stay in shape like tip top. I don't have time to waste like TikTok. Y'all going OD with a shit talk. While I'm going overseas for the Vistas. Pre-game to the party getting kicked off. Shorty hanging by my side like a wristwatch. Told her that I'm up next, just watch. Another call from my ex, get blocked. Trying to see the whole globe taking pit stops. This kind of tour doesn't end up in the gift shop. My flow open up doors like a pick lock. Now you want a bandwagon for a quick spot? No can do. Anything you want, I can do. Nothing that I can't prove. Anything you want, I can do. Can do, can do. I'm so done listening. Y'all feeding me lines like fishermen. I just don't give a shit. I've been spitting rhymes 8 years and I started off strong, so I might as well finish it. I've been spreading light like filaments. Words turn to life like images. Mind's eye open up the infinite. I'm never giving in. Might choke you up like a mouthful of cinnamon. If you ever knew everything I've been through, it was OTD, never singing the blues. Every penny that I put in, I know I'm a recoup. I've been building up the movement, let me rally the troops. Man, I always had it in me, I just needed the proof. All the love that I've been getting got me seeing the truth. Just a little bit of time and it's absolute. If you really want to make it off an attitude, then it's can do. Anything you want, I can do. Nothing that I can't prove. Anything you want, I can do. Can do, can do. Anything you want, I can do. Nothing that I can't prove. Anything you want, I can do. Can do, can do.
Damn, the song's over already. Shit. Thought I was gonna catch it back in time. All right, I'm back. How long did you guys wait? I don't know. Maybe I'll fix it in post-production. Maybe I won't. Like I said, that was our playlist plug of the week for playlist. Fucking shit. I always fuck this up. It's so tongue-tied. That was our plug of the week for episode 78 on the plug of the week playlist on SoundCloud. So as always, it'll be in the volume 3 plug of the week playlist that you can find on yccentertainment.com. You can find it on SoundCloud, wherever you want to go, blah, blah. That's all I got. I'm going to say, get my 2 kicks on a hug out and say bye to you free niggas because I'm not paying. And as you see, Steven already took off his shirt.
It's getting a little steamy.
So that means we're about to get really hot and heavy in here. Pause. So 2 kicks and a hug. Shout out to the men that get mad at a new stepdaddy in the picture, but never been a father to their kids. Ooh. Dumb bitches love y'all. Shout out to the women that want all the luxuries of being a wife, but can't provide any obligations. Dumb niggas love y'all. Shout out to the black people that provide to their kin what their kin provides to them. We love you. With all that being said, I am your fucking bus driver. Always have been, always will be. And it's your stop. This is the point where you get off the bus and say hi to your friends and family, because I ain't one of them. I'm just your fucking bus driver, okay? Get on my bus. Peace free, niggas.